A solid has a fixed volume, it is hard and has a high density, and they do not flow.
It is the physical state where it can flow and fit into the shape of its container. Gas. The particles are far apart and whiz about a lot.
Typical theory is the idea that all systems, solid, liquid and gas, are made up of tiny particles. Change of the state is change the states of gas, solid and liquid each other. Made up of atoms. All elements are made up of different atoms. They are not visible to the naked eye.
Molecules are when atoms join together.
Gas pressure is all of the millions of collisions of all of the millions of particles bouncing off the surface.
Diffusion, when a gas or a smell spreads through the air, or the same in liquid. Element, substance made of the same type of particles found on the periodic table.
Compounds are made up when elements combine.
Mixture. Mixture contains different types of particles. For instance, air is a mixture.
There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen and oxygen and nitrogen and rhenium, and nickel, neodymium, neptunium, germanium, and iron, americium, ruthenium, uranium, europium, zirconium, lutetium, vanadium, and lanthanum, and osmium, and astatine, and radium, and gold, protactinium, and indium, and gallium, and iodine, and thorium, and thulium, and thallium. There's yttrium, ytterbium, actinium, rubidium, and boron, gadolinium, niobium, iridium, and strontium, and silicon, and silver, and samarium, and bismuth, bromine, lithium, beryllium, and barium. There's holmium and helium and hafnium and erbium and phosphorus and francium and fluorine and terbium and manganese and mercury, molybdenum, magnesium, dysprosium and scandium and cerium and cesium and lead, praseodymium and platinum, plutonium, palladium, promethium, potassium, polonium and tantalum, technetium, titanium, tellurium and cadmium and calcium and chromium and curium. There's sulfur, californium, and fermium, berkelium, and also mendelevium, einsteinium, nobelium, and argon, krypton, neon, radon, xenon, zinc, and rhodium, and chlorine, carbon, cobalt, copper, tungsten, tin, and sodium. These are the only ones of which the news has come to Harvard, and there may be many others, but they haven't been discovered.
Metals are found on the left-hand side of the periodic table and have alkali oxides.
Non-metals. They are not conductors and their compounds are similar. In a word equation, a reaction plus reaction equals to a product plus product.
Air is present in every natural place on Earth. Air is 21% oxygen, 79% nitrogen, and the rest are other gases. Filtration, a method of separating solids from liquids.
Simple distillation is used for separating or evaporating the substance out of a mixture using a Liebig condenser to make the substance pure.
Fractional distillation is separating of liquids between their different boiling points.
Chromatography. Different dyes in ink will wash through paper at different rates. Some will stick to paper and others will dissolve and travel through it quickly. Dissolving. When solid dissolved in water, the solution forming appears to be very similar to water itself, and it yields as if the salt has disappeared.
Soluble. When a solid can be dissolved into a liquid.
Solvent. The solvent is the substance that the solute is dissolved into to make a solution.
The mass of the reactions is equal to the mass of the product. Solubility increases with temperature and dissolves quicker with a higher temperature.
Saturation is something that will not dissolve any more solute.
Testing for water. Copper sulfate plus water goes from pinkish white to blue. For cobalt chloride paper, it is the opposite.
Solvents apart from water include acetone or propionane, oil, and match.
The higher the temperature, the more the particles will move around and vibrate. This is why something will expand.
You turn the metal collar at the base. As you can see, it's opened up the air hole with a much higher rate of airflow, resulting in this much hotter but blue, almost invisible flame.
Chemical changes which can't be reversed, and new substances form.
Physical changes. A change of state which involves no new products and which can be reversed. Most metals are extracted from their ores by heating them with carbon.
Combustion is burning. Fuel plus oxygen goes to carbon dioxide plus water.
When fossil fuels are burned, they release carbon dioxide, which causes the greenhouse effect, and acidic gases, which cause acid rain.
Test for oxygen. Put a glowing splint in pure oxygen and it will light.
Hydrogen test. If you put a burning splint into a test tube filled with hydrogen, it'll burn the squeaky pop. Test for carbon dioxide. Burn the gas in lime water. If lime water turns milky, carbon dioxide is done.
Iron rusting. Iron in water and oxygen creates iron oxide. This means that a brown coating coats the iron.
Metals with oxygen. Metals with oxygen will form a metal oxide. Some will happen over a period of time, others will repeat.
Active metals such as lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, sodium, francium, fizz, crack and explode in water. Equation is, for example, sodium consists of sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen.
When metals and acids react, they make a salt and produce hydrogen.
A displacement reaction is when a more reactive metal takes place of less reactive metal.
The reactivity series is a series of elements in a table of their reactivity, from highest to lowest.
Acids and bases, measured in pH. The lower the pH, the more acidic it is, and the higher the pH, the more basic it is.
Salt formation. During salt formation, you need acid plus a base gives to salt plus water. That is salt formation. Neutralization is when an acid and base cancel each other out. Acid plus base equals salt plus water.
Acid can be harmful to the environment, especially acid rain formed by sulfur dioxide. This can kill plants and trees.
Limestone is eroded by acidic rain, and its chemical name is calcium carbonate.
Oxidation is when something gains oxygen, and reduction is when something loses oxygen.
Thermal decomposition is when you heat a substance and it breaks down into more than one other thing.